Just waiting for it to load up.
There it is.
Okay. Is it live? Good.
Yes, it is.
Great. So, hello everybody. Welcome to Star Trek Pathos, where we're playing Star Trek Adventures by Modiphius. And this episode title is Of Fate and Stone, or is it Of Stone and Fate?
Stone Fate.
And this is part 3. So, with me, I have some very special guests. Say hello.
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 Bye.
Yes. Welcome.
So, let's go from top to bottom as usual.
Okay, sure. Yes. Hello everyone. I am CangoFango, and I play the communications officer on the USS Pathos by the name of Doviah, Drenlich, Twossock.
I am Dodrebur, or Dodd, and I play Captain Shiun of the USS Pathos, who is a Vulcan.
I am Rogue. Say Rogue sometimes. I play the Nero, the pilot.
Yes, thank you.
Are you supposed to check or something?
No, I know, because it's becoming a running gag. It's becoming a running gag, which is why I
Oh,
deliberately
right.
paused.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
So, hello Roomsbath.
Hello.
Hey, chat. CangoFango. Oh, there's someone new. Shoutouts. I wonder who that is. Anyway, I just open up character sheets.
Strange, he's got a broadcaster badge.
Oh, it must be a streamer then for something.
I don't know.
Okay. I need to open that up as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I could also open this one up. Might also be good. So,
Sure.
okay, that's slightly annoying, the way that Roll20 is slightly buggy. Anyway, okay, so, last time, on Star Trek Pathos, you had been given the assignment to aid a group of archaeologists who are doing excavations on M113, aka the Salt Vampire place, although they are supposed to be all extinct. And upon arriving, it was discovered that the main reason why they're there, the real thing that got them excited, the real thing that got the scientific institutes to finally send another group of archaeologists, had already been broken into by presumably looters. Things smashed, other things stolen, but strangely, a lot of the valuable stuff was in place. It looks like only a very specific thing was stolen. Upon investigating a bit further, it was discovered that whatever it was left some tetran radiation in the rock around it, some residue, and was thus presumably radioactive of the tetrion flavor. During...
Tetrion flavor.
Yes, I mean, they're coming out with ice creams of everything now. Anyway, during conference, it was discovered that a certain crew member by the name of Doviah was not there. As it turns out, she was asleep while being irradiated by the mysterious sphere that she picked up on the last space station.
Yes.
Hello, VGR! And
Well-
Dodrebur? Something like that.
Yes, hello. Yeah, I bought it. I didn't just pick it up. I actually bought it.
Oh, happy birthday then! Yes, and
Oh, yes.
yeah, so, however, you were treated in time, you're gonna be fine. You're suffering a little bit of physical fatigue, which is reflected in your character sheet, but
Yes, it is.
not that bad. So, some investigations also you found out that the guy who you bought the sphere from probably didn't know what he was selling, and there was a whole thing that he inherited it from his father, who, after some more research, was part of a group known as the Key Masters or something like that, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Was it the Key Masters? Yes, the Key Masters.
Yeah.
I know I should probably know this, but it's fine. So, yes. A friend of his father's lives on a colony somewhere, which it isn't far away, sort of roughly in the area, but it's around in the area somewhere. But while all of that research is happening, and more research into that group, which may or may not be a secret society, the lead archaeologist, Dr. Laura Hastings, requested to take the sphere down to the planet to see what happens there, if anything happens. Upon replacing the sphere in its original place, the radiation changed shape to a cone, being emitted in a cone, which pointed towards a specific set of coordinates. Upon not climbing there, but using the transporters to get there, whoever had that idea was clearly very bright, you found that it is a city carved into the sandstone of a canyon. Imagine a bit like Petra, the way that's in the stone, in the rock.
Mm-hmm.
There were clearly it's clearly abandoned. Signs of violence, an old, very long time ago. And you climbed your way up to a temple, and by you, I mean an NPC and supporting characters. And climbed up to the temple, entered, and you discovered a chamber with rows of these salt vampire creatures standing upright along the walls.
Oh, yes. I remember.
And that is where we left off last time.
Just gonna repost
Right.
that. Here we are.
Thank you for reposting that. Yes.
Yeah.
Looked pretty much like that, only without, well, actually there is a little bit of an alcove that they're in as well. Yes, now that I'm thinking about it. Pretty much looks like that, only without the staircase. Yes.
Yeah.
Signs of violence, yes, indeed. So, am I forgetting anything?
I don't believe so.
No, that sounds like about it. Unless I'm also forgetting something. But
I think that
my
was
notes from
everything.
last time were actually relatively short. So
Oh no, we must remedy
so.
this.
Yeah, it wasn't even 2 full pages, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's the thing with Brenner's Star and benching was?
Yeah, that was the Brenner Star was the other, the place where the colony was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, BGR says his birthday is on the 12th, not on the 10th.
Oh, right.
Yes. Still though.
Okay. Yes.
Right.
So, please remind me which supporting characters you're playing.
I am not actually. Am I actually? No, I'm. No, I'm. Is my main character still on the main ship, right?
Yes, I believe
Yes,
that you are
so
all
I'm
playing
Yarly
supporting
Wilson.
characters.
Feeling a little off.
Yeah. So, I'm Yarly Wilson then. Yes. Yeah. That was it.
I'm currently playing Evelyn Zuratal.
Candele.
Wait, do I have Evelyn? Oh yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
I have Evelyn.
I did put it. I was.
I remember. Last time.
Did that just after the stream, didn't you?
I did do it after the stream.
And I sent the picture.
Okay, I need to quickly make a note about that. What species?
Endorian.
Andorian. Okay. And he's a
Female.
she's a scientist?
It says
Or
security.
He's security,
security, okay.
our second red shirt.
Of
What
rank ensign. Yeah,
Ensign.
that's what the character says.
Okay.
All our red shirts are ensigns, aren't they?
No, we've got a chief specialist and a lieutenant. So Tom Robin is a lieutenant, and Zaran Quithran, however you pronounce that, is a chief specialist. Hello, Willis 1961. Oh,
hello there.
expendable red shirt number 42. Wink, wink, wink. Hello. We're just starting. So
Indeed. We've not started yet, but we are. Okay.
you are wearing still your EV suits because you didn't take them off yet.
Yes. It's good, I think.
Got the
Torches?
wrist mounted
Mhm.
torches. No, not the D&D kind, the electrical kind. And
Wrist-mounted burning torches.
It would be
yes.
really funny to see people in, fancy science gear just carrying around wooden torches.
yes, it would.
Mhm. If
Hold
there's
on,
some sort of sci-fi
hold on.
reason for
Let
that.
me just make a few notes on the next episode. Hold on. No, I've already got that figured out. Anyway, so
I see.
yes, you've entered this dark chamber. The walls red sandstone. You can see in alcoves rows of these upright standing salt vampires. As the light moves over them, they do not move at all. So,
I start scanning them.
okay.
I start try corner.
Yes. So, you're Yarly Grissom,
Yeah.
we've got Evelyn and a rogue. You're currently in charge of Kendalem, yes. Okay. fine.
Uh-huh.
Right, so you want to go over...
I'm keeping an eye out for movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
on the room, just in
You
case.
Probably
could
a good
say
idea.
you have an eye for the stench of movement. But anyway, so give me a roll. So this is going to be a difficulty 1, but you can succeed at a cost. So it's going to be science. Well, I'm going to say medicine plus reason. Oh, hello, there's someone new in chat.
It's a bot.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bye-bye. Quite a short stay.
Yes. Must have been a Star Wars fan. No. So, do you wanna roll? Kango?
Yeah, sure. Science is reason. I'm guessing.
Medicine.
Oh yeah, sure.
Difficulty 1, but you can succeed at a cost if you want to.
Medicine.
And to remind you,
Wait,
we're at
why isn't medicine though?
well, you wanna scan the salt vampires.
Sure.
We're
Yeah,
at
sure.
full momentum, by the way. Also quite high on threat.
Okay. Focus
Yeah.
used. Anthropology. Not sure. No. Radiation.
No,
Okay. I'll just roll communication range 1.
1.
Okay. 2 dice. That's fine. That's alright. Okay. I'll roll. That is 1 success.
One success, that's all you needed. So, there are no signs of life. They appear to be... So, they are real. So, that they are actual organic beings. No signs of life. They seem almost... So it's a bit difficult to tell with the fur, just looking at them, but they are essentially shriveled up. They are completely dry. There's no sign of life at all.
Huh.
However, you can also not detect any signs of decomposition, as expendable red shirt number 42 has just asked.
Interesting. Huh. I will report these findings, of course.
Also, there is of course, these being salt vampires, there's of course high levels of salt in their system, but it's just crystallized in there.
Okay.
That would help with the preservation.
Says, dehydrated. Just add water. Maybe.
But it's near blood there, no water.
But how are you gonna find water on this desert world? Well, I say desert world.
Strictly speaking, they take the salt from your blood.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, so... Interesting. So, is it only these salt vampires in this room, in those alcoves, or is there anything else in this room?
Give me a difficulty 2 engineering plus insight check.
Sure.
And I will allow
There's
one...
not any movement?
There's no movement.
Okay.
I will allow one of
Still
you
looking.
to assist.
Still looking.
I will allow one of you to assist. And if Dodd, if you're keeping an eye on movement,
Me
then... okay, well...
Engineering plus insight? What was it?
Engineering plus insight, difficulty 2. Yes, don't get them wet or feed them after midnight. Yes, I get the reference.
Of
You
course.
know, damn it, water. Damn. Brain.
What?
I think we established last time that our respective engineering and insight scores on these characters are, I think, 9 and 8.
Well...
Yeah, I think mine...
Mine's 9.
Mine's
I
also
think mine
9.
was 8.
Okay, so can I buy die, perhaps?
If you want
Do
to.
we have any?
No, we've got 6
We've got
momentum. We're
6
full.
Yes.
momentum.
Oh.
Sure, I'll
Sorry,
buy 1
you-
die. I'd say
Go
focus
ahead.
used archaeology.
Sure.
Okay.
And remember, this is not your main character, this is the NPC, of course.
Yes.
Well, supporting character, sorry.
Yes. Communication range 1.
Mm-hmm.
But is it really archaeology or would it be architecture?
Archaeology applies.
Okay, sure. Great. That is... Well,
Cool, I think that.
3
Congratulations.
successes.
You've just regained the momentum back.
Oh,
Thank you, great.
sorry about that.
No, it's fine. So, looking around, you can see everything looks pretty bland. But in the ceiling looks... The best way to describe it is perforated. Yes.
Interesting. Is it stable or is
Interesting
it...
choice of words.
Does it look like it's about to crumble up?
It looks
or-
stable. It looks stable. Not that there are any horses, you know, but...
Yeah. So, can we get on the roof? On the is it the ceiling?
This
or?
is the ceiling. It's built into the rock.
Oh,
You're
right.
inside the cliff face. The corridor continues on past this chamber.
Interesting. And we can't see what caused this perforation, or is it?
It seems deliberate.
Okay.
Well, they did use the transporters, and the transporters... Well, I guess the transporters don't see that, because they didn't see it with Stacy. Nancy. They didn't notice Nancy was a salt vampire, so I guess no, they didn't.
Well, then that wouldn't do us any good.
Come to think of it, the chief archaeologist was quite interested in this particular archaeological find. Could she secretly be a salt vampire? Because they do have the ability to make you perceive them as someone else.
How would we ever find out?
We did medical exams of everyone who was on the planet.
Yes. But what if they were also salt vampires? What then?
Our
Hey.
medical staff?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well,
So what do you want to
I'll
do?
buy that.
I'd say.
Dr.
I'd say we. Go ahead.
Dr. Hastings is looking quite interested in everything.
Of course. Yeah, I'd say we keep this chamber in mind. Remember where it is exactly, and continue past it. I'd say, yeah.
I would suggest continuing through it, but
Yeah. Sure.
if you want to get out the phasers and
No.
Who says
It's
I
fine.
am already?
okay. So, do you all want to continue further? Yes.
I do.
Why does this feel like D&D? Anyway, so you continue further.
I think Evelyn's going to keep an eye behind them
Okay, good.
and
Okay.
leave Ken to keep an eye forward.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so you continue onwards. There is a staircase, quite a long staircase, going up. It kind of turns around 180 degrees, continues further up. And then you come to a chamber where there's a stone walkway going along through it, continuing further. There's, at the far side of it, what looks like a control panel with mechanical switches in it. However, on either side of the walkway, going down below you, are... one moment. To quickly... There we go, yes. But yeah, either side, there essentially basins filled with liquid.
Huh.
Does the one who scans want to find out what that
Yes.
liquid is?
Scan the liquid.
Okay,
Awesome.
don't even need to roll.
Okay.
It is a solution of water and sodium chloride.
Do we know? Can we find out how
Salt
long
water.
it's been here?
Yeah.
Fun.
Yep.
It looks like it's been here for at least a couple hundred years.
The water?
Yes, judging by the erosion on the rock.
Yeah.
Now, is it
Okay.
like seawater level salt water or like sensory deprivation tank level salt water?
There is...
Huh. I don't know.
It is more so... It is actually a little bit less than seawater level.
Huh.
A little bit less. A bath to rehydrate the dehydrated vamps. No, definitely not. I mean,
Actually,
who
the
would
entire
who
crew-
would come up with such a thing?
The entire crew of the Pathos
Just say-
assault vampires in disguise.
Yes.
You're
Wait,
just
yes?
be glad
I mean,
that
maybe.
characters aren't around.
Sorry, Rogue, what did you say? I didn't hear.
She'll just say, luckily that certain characters aren't around from the Saturday game. Or we will be
Ah,
That'd be interesting if
playing
we
some
met up.
vampire baths.
so what do you want to do? There are no railings,
Ooh.
but it's pretty wide, so you can easily walk through if you want to, or along the. So what do you want to do?
How difficult is it to get to the control panel?
Quite easy. You've just got to walk along the walkway. Yes, there are no railings, but it's quite wide, about maybe 2 meters wide, about 6 foot.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Does the corridor end here, or does it also go past this chamber?
Well,
Or through this
it
chamber?
looks like there is some sort of door, maybe a stone door next to the control panel thing with the levers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is the machinery they used to dehydrate the vamps to put them in suspended animation when they realized their planet civilization was dying. Maybe. Would make sense. So, what do you want to do?
In so much as any sci-fi makes sense.
Well, I mean, if you can dehydrate moss, leave it dehydrated for hundreds or thousands of years, then rehydrate it, and it's gonna live, just continue living without any issue. I mean, well,
Might be that far-fetched then.
I mean, it was even fertile still. Anyway, but let's continue. So what do you want to do?
Interesting.
Dr. Hastings. Dr.
Go back
Hastings.
to the ship,
You want
get out of there, and then come back again.
Can we interact with the console?
Well, first you've got to get over to it. Dr. Hastings is already in the process of walking over to it.
Right, I follow.
So, you follow? Is
Yeah.
anyone staying behind on the other end of the walkway?
I will.
You will?
Okay,
Okay.
so actually, how far away are we from the other chamber with the salt vampires? Is it like a corridor in between? or
There's
is
a
it
staircase.
Right next to it?
There's a pretty long staircase going up, then there was a 180-degree turn, then another pretty long staircase going further up.
Right, that's fine. then. Sure.
So,
Alright, I'll go one way, you go the other.
like civilization that Enterprise discovered, they were all on glowy spheres for the civilization to survive. Ha! Ah, yes, those. I'm glad that they totally were happy with androids. Anyway, so, as Dr. Hastings kind of knees down to the levels to have a closer look at them, she's fascinated by this. She's taking measurements, she's doing scans, she's just fascinated by this from an archaeological point of view.
Well, we can always leave her here.
So, Kango, didn't you say you wanted to mess with the levers?
Yeah, interact with it. Mess with them. I don't want to mess with them really.
Reminds me of the time in the other campaign where we messed with an archaeological site.
I'm sure that nothing...
I'm sure this one won't be destroyed.
Yes! I mean, when does that ever happen? I mean, has that ever happened in Indiana Jones, for example, or anything? No. See? So, what do you want to do?
I do not want to just mess with levers. It might do something.
Yes.
I'm not sure. Can I see if they're labeled in any way?
There are no labels.
So is it just a few levers, or is it buttons?
Like
switches?
everything in
There
Star
are...
Trek.
Is it
Nothing
stone,
needs label.
metal?
Well, you say that, but pretty much all of the storage containers have labels, and a lot of them have little Easter eggs on them. Anyway, so
Yeah.
there are a few levers, mechanical levers.
So is this all stone or wood or metal?
Most of it seems stone, but there are wooden parts of it as well, which seem to have remained in quite good condition in this dry environment. You can try to use your tripoders to determine where the levers go to mechanically and what they
Sure.
do.
I try that. So is that
Difficulty
engineering
2. It's going to be engineering plus...
insight? Again, perhaps? Reason?
reason.
Sure, reason.
Was a great-great-great-great-grandfather named Jones? Who knows? Who knows?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Okay, so that's 2 dice. Nothing really applies to that, no focus. Communication range?
1.
Great. So, I'll roll. Maybe I have 1 success.
Well,
Alright.
Okay. So you can tell that one of these levers is clearly there to basically change the position of a pivot in the wall, which will shift weights to open the door.
Alright.
However, it is being mechanically blocked by some of the other levers, which control essentially valves at the base of these tanks, of these water tanks. So now that you're close, you can see that the door is beautifully inscribed with such great detail, so many engravings and even bits of pigment still left on the stone.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Can I try the other lever then? The one that goes to the valves.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay.
I grab hold of it and I pull it.
You pull it. Dr. Hastings is alarmed. What are you doing? No, the archaeology. I don't know. I have not checked the integrity of my readings. You cannot simply destroy this archaeological site without it being documented. But then she kind of gets distracted. As all of you hear the sound of rushing water, and you can see vortices forming in the pools.
Oh, lovely. What do you do now?
I scanned the tricorder. It said when it cheered, it opened the valve there.
Yes, and that's what it's done.
Yes. I said I was in character to her.
Yeah, well, that's what it's...
Yeah, that is what happens when you open water valves. The water moves.
Right. Okay.
We actually gonna wake them up. Or try to. Oh!
So,
Yes.
what do you want to do?
Open the door.
So you want to pull the other lever? Yes?
I'll ask her first. No.
You want to ask her first this time? Okay. What is Ken Dalem doing during this?
Guardian on the other. Right, hold on. There's the stairs going down and the stairs going up, right?
No, there are only stairs going down. So
Yeah,
where you
probably
came
helping-
from.
Yeah, so probably helping what they do the guard these stairs going down.
Okay, good. So it's only the doctor, not the doctor, but that doctor, and Gwissom of that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you ask whether to pull the lever, and then she is completely not even listening to you. She is so busy with all her devices she's got, because you've got the equipment with you. She's kind of put out a little tripod with another device, trying to get as many readings of what is happening. She's almost in a panicked state, trying to get as many readings of this as possible before more of this site gets disturbed. And she's not even listening to you. So what do you want to do?
So who is it in the group at the moment? It's her.
It's her and you on the far side of the walkway, and Ken and, hold on, I've got this written down somewhere. Ken and Evelyn on the other side, where the stairs came up, where you came from.
Mm-hmm.
Evelyn is peering over somewhat judgmentally.
Okay.
Sure. Okay, I'll ask her. Right, sorry about this, but can I help you in any way, perhaps? Can I help document the site?
He says, I think you've already helped quite enough. So, what do you want to do?
I just scan the entire room as it is now, just to can I catalog, like.
She's already in the process of doing that.
I'll just wait until she's finished then.
Okay, so just gonna wait around as the water level is
Maybe you
slowly
could-
draining.
Try and figure out where the water's going.
If I can do it from here, sure.
You can try.
Okay.
So the difficulty is 2. Gotta increase that to 3 by spending 1 point of threat.
So what roll is that?
Engineering plus reason.
Engineering this reason.
We still have full momentum, I think.
Yes.
Can I buy a die?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 die. Sure. Thank you.
And
focus use
and the
archaeology. I don't know. Maybe not.
Sure. I shall
Yeah.
allow out.
Right.
And the fun thing is that none of this is going towards the reputation system for the main characters.
Yep.
Great.
Well,
Okay, I'm just assuming that the complication is just 1 unless it is stated
It is 1.
otherwise. Great. Here we go.
Goody 3. Ah,
So really
congratulations.
success. Actually, no, it's
4.
4 success.
oh.
4. So you've
Nice.
gained the momentum back again. Congratulations.
Great.
The water is... So basically the floor of these pool, of these
Basins.
basins,
Yeah.
is made of clay that's been poured in place, and in this clay there are cavities, tubes running, essentially pipes. They probably used some sort of wood or something and then poured the clay in, waited for it to dry, then burned the wood out and flushed it through. These pipes, these tubes, run through it, splitting and splitting and splitting as they go, and they empty into the ceiling of the chamber that you were in before, which is now pretty much below you.
Alright. Can I try pulling the lever again to shut it perhaps?
Yes, you can try.
Sure, I do that. Well, the moment I realized that, I tried to do that.
Okay. Doesn't work. The lever physically doesn't move.
Okay.
Do you tell anyone this?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, great.
I comms the captain.
Evelyn's going to check the room,
I say, oh no.
see what's going on.
Oh no. I've just realized the water. It's going to the chamber we were in before.
I'll check it out.
Okay.
Good luck.
Right behind you.
And be careful.
Right
and then
behind you.
and then I've got salt vampires hidden in the ceiling of this room. Dun dun dun. No.
I pull out my phaser as well.
Yes. Okay.
Always look up in these
Yeah.
situations.
So yes, especially when going downstairs. Yes. Good advice.
Oh, good.
So
It's not a roll, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, if you fall, you might roll. So head downstairs. Turn around. Going, I'm assuming, at a dramatically appropriate pace of basically very slowly.
Oh, yeah.
You kind of get to where you can look into the chamber, and even through wearing the EVA suits, you can hear what sounds like popping noises, a little bit like popcorn that's popping, echoing throughout this chamber. As you can clearly see, there basically like the entire ceiling is acting like a sprinkler system, essentially,
Yeah.
and it's flowing down. It's just filling the space, running along the walls, and it seems to be directed down to the center of the floor and just being poured out of the room, whatever gets poured out. But the entire room is drenched.
Oh no.
Hello, the Infamous
Hello,
Tracker.
Infamous.
We're in the process of operating the sprinkler system in the ancient temple.
What do
Can-
you do?
Not sure this will work, but
Yes, you can set the phaser to self-destruct.
I'm the phaser, so that I didn't mean phaser. So could you like weld the holes shut perhaps in the ceiling? I don't know.
No.
No.
Yeah, so I go basically
they
go,
were-
what's he done?
Very small and made of metal, Maybe.
Yeah.
They're definitely not.
If you do set a phaser to overload, it would probably destroy this entire city.
Huh.
Don't we know it?
Okay.
So,
Anyway,
yes, what do you want to do?
let's not blow ourselves up. And
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
not. So what did the So what do you do?
Evelyn uses comms to report back to Gwissom.
Right. I see. I hoped it wouldn't be like this. Thanks for telling me.
I'm not sure exactly what the water is doing. But it does seem like it's supposed to drain out when it's done.
Yes.
You would have thought it would know not to touch things.
Okay, out of character, do we know about the salt vampires? Do we know that they are salt vampires?
You know everything that is known about them through the Adventures of the Enterprise. So you know that they do need... They basically live off of salt, mostly. And they can suck salt out of living beings. And they can also...
And they're less effective against Vulcans,
Yes.
incidentally.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. They can also... luckily we don't have a Vulcan here. But... yeah, they can also make you perceive them in a different way.
Right.
Yes.
They can make you think that they
Yay.
look young and pretty, basically.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'd like to check and see if the water is affecting the preserved bodies.
Okay. Have to get pretty close. And then do a medicine plus... I would say
Insight?
insight, yeah. Medicine plus insight check.
Yeah,
I'm going
do
to
I-
set the
Right.
I'm going to set the
What?
difficulty to I'm going to set it to 0.
Okay.
Right.
While she's scanning, I'm just gonna keep an eye out for movement.
Mm-hmm. So, as they are being drenched, you hear the popping as you get a bit closer. Oh, congratulations!
Great.
So as you get a bit closer, both of you can see that the popping coincides with... it's almost like little jolts of the salt vampires, almost. Not anything to do with muscles or anything, just an effect of the water running over it, soaking it, causing some things to suddenly expand a little bit, popping out. They've not discovered any ionized plasma gas, unfortunately. Or fortunately, who knows. So, 2 successes. It was difficulty 0, which means 2 momentum, but we're already on max, so you can use it for obtaining information if you would like to. So, the water is having... It is saturating them. It is causing... It is actually quite similar to mosses. There are signs of chemical reactions. Basically, it's almost as though they're being reinvigorated.
Oh, lovely.
The popping is water going into some of the tissue, causing sudden chemical reactions, basically sudden expansions of whatever they're made of. Almost like tiny little explosions, causing a little bit of electricity as well, sending bursts of electrical impulses through the local area of the nervous system, creating those little jolting motions.
Mm-hmm. So
Exactly how many of these are in this room?
About 2 dozen.
Oh, I see.
So in other words, they're waking up.
Maybe.
I would like to use one of those obtain informations to try and gauge how long it would take to rehydrate the internals so they would be functional if they can become functional again.
Okay, so that is pretty difficult to tell. I would give it to you if you used one of the momentum as well, because this is very new. This is like you've never seen anything like this except for in something similar in certain moss species, but this is very, very new. It's a tense situation. I'm gonna need one momentum or a threat, whichever you want.
I can't just use the 2 that I got.
Oh, so you want to use both of them?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
I'd rather
Go
just
ahead.
use both overflow for
Sure.
for this one thing.
Sure.
That makes sense. Don't like that 6 though.
So, the one that you're currently scanning, you guess maybe about 10 to 15 minutes. You go over to scan some of the other ones, and it varies a little bit. Some of them are hydrating faster than others, but the bottom range of that is about 8 minutes.
So in other words, Mr. Slippery Hands has basically dehydrated them.
So, good news. In 8, she'll report this to Gwissom as well. Good news. In 8 to 15 minutes, we may revive a couple dozen of an extinct species. Bad news, they have a history of killing people.
Oh, I see. Oh.
Nice job, Slippery Hands.
I'm trying to think. Right. Alfreda, if I look over to Hastings, is she finished with her scannings?
Nope, she's still very much busy. Very, very busy.
Wouldn't it be a good
Maybe
idea?
we should call for backup.
And yeah, probably also
Yeah,
charge
maybe, but that'll just endanger more people. I'm not sure.
I mean, we're talking about fighting a couple dozen aliens.
Yeah. Yes, if we
It's either we decide to stick around here and probably die, or we ask for backup.
Well,
If
I
we-
will point out that the
if we left
phasers...
now-
Actually, do they?
Technically, there's 2 ways of it goes.
if we left the building now, we would be fine. So
Who knows?
Maybe.
Well,
Or they'd follow us.
yeah,
Do something.
if we transport back to the surface,
Well-
up the canyon.
let's contact the captain anyway. There's 2 ways that we're gonna go. Waking up very hungry and they're gonna eat us when we're gonna die, or they may not be and we can actually have a decent conversation. Maybe.
Who knows?
But very, very dehydrated salt vampires, yeah, they're gonna be hungry.
Yeah.
Remember what we need to do.
Okay.
So,
One moment.
you want to wait around a bit?
No.
No, we're going
not
to
at all.
contact
Right, I asked Hastings again. Right, Doctor, again, sorry for all of this, but can I pull this lever? Maybe the door will open. I've checked, it opens the door. We need to get out of here. Before the vampires wake up.
She says, "No, do not disturb anything. And if we need to get out of here, we can just beam up to the ship."
Everyone calls the bridge.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I was about to say go contact the bridge. Read it.
So, you contact the bridge. I'm going to say that Shiun is busy doing her research. And so...
Makes sense.
And so, let's say Nero. Let's say Nero's in charge currently.
Yay!
This bodes well.
I'm looking at myself.
So, yes, you flip open comms, talking, or maybe you've got it built in the E-suit probably. So, what do you want to do? You contact the bridge.
We have a situation. It seems like a couple dozen of the previously extinct native species of this planet are going to revive within the next 15 minutes or so.
Our character quickly, does he know that they're the sort of vampires?
Yes. Given your focus on history, I would say no doubt, yes.
Oh, lovely. Oh, well, okay, wait. What? Who touched something?
That would be Officer Gwissom.
Oh, lovely.
In the background,
right.
you can hear something that sounds like popping popcorn.
Sounds like popping. What? Sounds like popcorn. Oh,
Yes,
that's
that is the rehydrating corpses.
How many?
About 2 dozen. We were discussing whether or not there could be a civil conversation. If perhaps we had, I don't know, like a peace offering or something.
So they live on salt, so it'll have to be salt. If we
Sure.
do. If we do have a salt, well, I can remember, then there is a march. Would I know if they have just woken up that they'll be very, very hungry, or?
Well, this
What-
has never
what
been
we say-
witnessed. This has there's only been one that was ever encountered alive, and that one didn't survive that long after its encounter due to lack of salt. Well, that and phaser fire. But you don't know.
Okay. I'll
Indeed, they can eat salt tablets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll probably. I'll talk to the captain quickly. But we'll probably see if we can get some salt down and maybe. This is untested territorial because it didn't end well last time we met them. You can slightly hear him tapping something like the side of the table.
Mm-hmm.
because I guarantee he's probably read most of the report from the what's it.
Uh-huh. Okay. So, do you want to have a quick word with the captain then?
Yeah.
Okay. You probably instruct give a little nod to the comms guy to mute the call, because otherwise we could get into a bit of an awkward situation. Again.
No, we should definitely have Evelyn and Ken being played by the two of us on a call.
Wait, what?
With Nero and Shiun also being
All right,
played by the two of us.
Oh god, yeah.
That would be fun. But let's not do it. Let's continue. So, yes, Captain, you're currently quite busy doing your research into secret societies and things.
Yes.
Captain. Yeah, so we'll phone the captain. I'm sure the captain answers.
Yes.
Captain, you know the away team?
Yes.
They found some salt vampires, and they were one of them mucked around with, should we just say, a lever, and they may have maybe waken them up.
Interesting.
Do we want to get some salt and maybe send down a diplomat, or do we want to go phaser fire and send the first officer down?
It would be a shame to attack the last of a previously thought extinct species with phasers. So let us attempt diplomacy. Bring
Who do you want to take down?
as much salt as can be easily transported. I would normally recommend
Who are we taking down? Don't tell me it's me.
oh goodness, this is tricky.
Don't tell me
Because our
it's me
comms
again.
officer is ill. Shiun is busy,
Have I
but
gotten
can
better?
probably take a break.
Yeah, it's me again.
Maybe. Shiun could probably take a break.
Hmm.
Okay.
Who knows?
Uh,
Oh,
Okay.
Just to let you know, we need to be quick because like 8 to 15 minutes already used waiting sub time.
what? Oh,
Huh?
in character.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so we'll
I will accompany you to the planet, along with a couple other security transporting the salt.
Oh, so I'm going then. Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Yay. Okay.
Consider it an
I'll be
attempt to
fine.
redeem your previous diplomatic efforts.
Wonderfully put.
That wasn't my fault.
Okay, so yes.
Yeah, you just see him like,
So you we cut to... Actually, while that's happening on the ship, let's cut back to Gwissom. You're just kind of standing there. She's frantically still performing all sorts of readings. And now what? Do you want to do anything, or are you just standing by and waiting?
I don't know. Should I? So can I see? Can I scout the tricorder? What's beyond that door?
Yes. There's quite sizable chamber.
Alright. So that's about it. Can't say
Well,
more from the readings.
There is a sizable chamber in there. You get trace amounts of different metals. Not that much more.
Mm-hmm. I see. I don't want to leave her alone here, but I do also not want to stay here, really.
To be clear, she is one of the civilians we are tasked with keeping safe and otherwise assisting in her endeavors.
Yeah. Well, I asked her if I could help, if I could actually help, but I can't. So, the only thing I can really do is wait until she's done.
Or you could pull the other lever.
I'm not sure if that would improve things.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
What
I'll
do you
just
want to
wait until she's done then.
Okay, so you're just waiting. So that's fine. Since there is a little bit of time
I'm not sure
spent waiting, one of the momentum evaporates. And we cut back to the away team beaming into the chamber. So it's Shiun, Nero, and a couple of security, as well as a bunch of salt. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. So yes, you beam in, and you didn't say that you were wearing EV suits or anything, so you beam in and are being soaked by water. And yes, you are there. You can hear the popping all around you. Quite a lot louder than the others could in the V suits. So now we're in a bit of a fun situation, aren't we? What we'll do is we'll have Ken being able to talk with Shiun, and we'll have Nero only being able to talk with Evelyn. That'll fix it.
So Shiun orders.
Probably gone back.
Shiun orders the extra security to place some of the salt in front of each reviving salt vampire.
Yes, they comply, of course.
Yes.
So is it in containers or how
I would
is the
think
salt
not.
transported?
I would think not, just probably bricks. It's the easiest way of storing it, anyway. So, and then are you just going to wait around here?
Sure.
Yes, I think Shiun will stand probably not far from the entrance, flanked by some security, and I think she would have Evelyn and Ken stay closer to the chamber where our scientists are, to make sure nothing goes back there.
Okay. Right. Few minutes pass.
Remind me why I'm here again.
Make yourself
Didn't I
useful.
screw up the...
Yes. Yes, indeed. So, a little bit of time passes, a few minutes. You can see those muscle jerks that are becoming more and more frequent. And after another couple of minutes, they start to their fingers, they only have a few fingers, but fingers and arms with the suckers on them start to twitch a little bit as they are waking up. After a few moments, the water stops as an eerie silence falls over the chamber. And then you can hear, as one of them steps forward, the kind of squelching footfall of them kind of stepping out. Kind of looking around. And they seem to be making no attempt at anything. They are probably confused and still getting the bearings. Does anyone want to do anything?
I'm not there. So, I want to know what's going on.
I think Shiun would look around at all of them, say, "Greetings from your extended state of suspension. It seems we have unintentionally revived you, perhaps sooner than you intended. If so, we apologize. We have brought sustenance for you, if you require it, and we would like to speak with you."
Okay. They, as you start speaking, kind of turn over to you, the head's kind of cocked over to one side. You can see those eyes. It's strange. You're not sure if they're comprehending what you're saying, but they definitely seem to be listening to you. When you finished speaking, their heads kind of turn away again, looking over. They're starting to move a little bit less sluggish now, a little bit less. And they slowly start to move towards Ken and Evelyn, who are wearing the V-suits. Yeah, that image, basically.
I think Evelyn calls back into the chamber. "You might want to step away from their console."
Oh, yes. Of course.
So, Dr. Hastings says, "No, not yet, not yet. I'm almost finished.
I think this is a little more important than readings. You know, your life.
I think
She
Ken
says over the...
probably-
She says, "It is all right. We have the transporters. We can get out of here at any time."
Ken runs up there and just basically moves her away.
Okay, so Ken runs up there. You can now see, as you're looking, you can see the walkway on either side, the empty basins. You run over, try to physically pull her away. She's resisting you. So, this is going to be a completed roll. Well,
Why not?
the salt vampires seem to want to make their way up towards the other room. Phaser on stun, says Willis. So,
Sure.
now what? You going to go ahead and roll. It's going to be a competed roll, or contested roll, whatever it's called. Opposed? You know what I mean. So it's going to be security plus daring.
Okay. I'm kind of going to be good. Would hand-to-hand combat technically count as a focus? As
I
a
would say
grappling
yes.
sword?
I would say yes.
What's our momentum looking like?
We are
5.
on 5.
5, right?
5, yes.
I'm tempted to take one.
I do know that.
Okay,
Yeah or no? Yeah?
sure.
No?
Sure. If you, yeah.
I hear no objections.
There are no objections.
Yep.
Does
Here
chat
we go.
object?
No, they don't get a vote on this.
What is it? Yeah, ready?
Yes.
Blink.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Great.
See it. I can't see it. Okay.
successes.
Just make out you stop.
4.
Okay. So, okay. I'm going to spend 2 threat to add a complication. Okay, so she is desperately trying to finish her readings very quickly. You can see her sweating through the front of the EV suit. And you go over, she's clearly not willing to go. You pull her over away, and she is trying to fight you, but it's clear that you're winning this. So she, in the EV suit's a bit clumsy, reaches over, just tries to grab hold of something, and she pulls the lever, the one that hadn't been pulled before.
Okay.
But you do manage to pull her away onto the walkway and a little bit further back. As the stone door, with all those beautiful
Oh, there we
engravings
go.
and everything, kind of slowly starts to be lifted upwards.
Okay.
So,
Well,
I look in.
look in. Okay.
Captain, they opened the door.
So,
Oh, great.
before I tell you what you see when you look in, at this point, the salt vampires are getting really, very, very close to Evelyn, yes. Physically, salt vampires are very strong, even stronger even than Vulcans. Don't make them angry. Good thing there. So, getting very close.
Evelyn tries to gauge if they seem to care about her presence at all.
It's difficult to tell. That face isn't very expressive.
Well, if they're like
You
looking
think
at her
they are-
longer, then
They are just kind of staring ahead as they walk up the first few steps of the stairs.
all right.
Move
And I
out the
think-
way.
Then I think she would just kind of like press herself to the wall by the entrance, keep her phaser ready but not raised,
Okay. So,
and just see if she can let them peacefully pass.
a few of them start passing up. One of them kind of looks over at you, and in a very swift motion, puts its hand with those suckers on it onto the head of the EV suit, and also the mouth sucker as well onto it. It's a bit difficult to try to stand up, but after a few moments, kind of slips off, calms, and then walks up further. Well, who knows the infamous
I would
Tucker?
recommend keeping your distance.
Do you tell the salt vampires that?
No, it uses the EV suit connection.
Yes.
To,
Right.
Of course.
Get
still.
up, get.
So, yes, they are coming up, just up the stairs, just as
Move them out the way.
Ken and Doctor are on the middle of that narrow walkway. As they come up to where the stairs, you can see them slowly rising up out of the darkness.
Ooh.
So what do you want to do?
Probably move out the way of the traction and the doorway.
Sorry, what could you repeat that, please? I didn't understand.
Move out of the doorway and any of the near the strap. Basically, somewhere where that I reckon that they won't go near.
Okay,
like
so
the distraction and the doorway.
So
yeah, you'll probably want to stick close to a wall so you don't just end up falling off the edge.
Yeah, well, the walkway, you've got
Yeah.
the pits or these basins either side of it.
Yeah.
So you could either try to hurry forward to where the little platform is, where the stairs come up to, or you can go back to the other door that's just opening, where there's also a little platform.
Go to.
Feed the archaeologist to them.
Oh, tempting, really tempting, but that's not the job though. So, probably go to the one away from the door that's just open.
Away from the door, so towards the salt vampires. Okay. So
Yeah,
the
I'm only registered that, so why not?
well, Ken Dalen has had quite a few introductions and quite a bit of development now. Okay, so how deep is the pit? Well, you should probably ask Quatermass, but if he's not available, it's about 4 or 5 meters on either side. So each of the pits 4 or 5 meters, but the ground, the base of it, kind of rounds off. So who knows? So yes, you start off towards the salt vampires. The archaeologist is still a bit stubborn. She is almost stunned. Can they jump down into it to avoid the vamps? They could try. They could try.
We don't know what the vampires want to do.
So, yeah, but she's still kind of pulling you back. What do you want to do? She's basically frozen.
Damn it!
Just carry her.
Pick her up and think, because
Okay.
I'm gonna follow.
You pick her up and you want to carry her over the threshold, yes. So.
Oh God, don't.
Okay, so. I'm going to say with that roll from before, yeah, that's a good suggestion. You could just beam up to the ship. If you want to do that in front of the salt vampires.
You are so inclined.
If you want to do that in front of the salt vampires. So, pick her up, start heading over towards that, and you get to the location, basically just where the walkway ends, where the little platform is, where the stairs come up to it, just as the salt vampires get there as well. So, now, it is going to be a check to see. It's going to be presence plus command on Ken Dalem's side to see how well he can not antagonize them, basically. So the difficulty for this, I'm going to set that to. Okay, so I'm going to set it to 3, and the complication range is 2, but I'm also going to increase that to 3 by spending another momentum. Another threat. So it's 3 and 3.
Oh, we're so bad. Guess these for an extra.
You want to use another die?
Yes, please.
Sure. I'd say at least one.
1.
Well,
you all should know everything because research.
Yowl?
Y'all.
Alright.
right.
I mean, that's a creative spelling.
Yeah?
What? I'm.
Huh.
Yes, I don't know.
Okay.
All zeros.
All zeros.
Yeah.
Lovely. That's alright.
All zeros. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Oh no.
looks like we're gonna lose a
Oh
red shot.
no. Well.
you get closer. One of them, as they get up and kind of look into the room, it looks like they look across, see the door that's opening a bit. They kind of let out almost like a half scream, half growl sound, and they start towards us, see you in their way, and you try to unthreateningly go past them, but one of them tries to latch onto you, but maybe accidentally, maybe deliberately, don't know, throws you both in one of the pits. One of the pit. Yes. So, let's see.
Well, that's interesting.
Huh. Okay. So that is because the base of it is a little bit rounded. You don't just hit it; you fall down, then hit the curve as you go down. It's still clay, basically as hard as rock. So that is 4 points of stress for the both of you. So let me mark that off.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Ow. Damn. You weigh a lot. The worst thing about I could ever do.
Soul challenged individuals. Okay, so they're down as the other two are now almost running across the walkway. So, Grissom,
Yes.
what do you want to do? You said you want to look in first? So this is just before they come up.
Yes.
Okay, so go over, look in. You can see what looks like upright sheets of bluish metal, almost like only maybe a centimeter or so thick, but going from ground, maybe 3 meters tall, a few meters wide. Lots of these upright standing sheets of metal surrounding a raised platform of some description, also made of this metal.
Right, I scan the room.
You can see, one moment,
Sorry.
you can see on those upright panels of metal that are just standing in the middle of the room, there are slightly glowing patterns on them, or patterns of spots and circles with lines between them.
Interesting. Right. Yeah.
At this point,
So
you hear, "Ah!" As you look over, you can see they've just fallen in the pit.
who's falling the pit? Oh, what?
Ken and...
So
Your
only
companions.
Ken.
Uh,
Okay, so only Ken and Elora.
What?
Right?
hmm?
Did you say doctor?
Is that her name?
Wait.
The doctor,
Who's
her name is Dr. Laura Hastings.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought so.
Yeah, I forgot her first name.
Alright. So Elora and Ken fall in. Sure. So I scan the room quickly, as quick as I can, just to get basic readings, save, catch up basically. And then I look at, well, the walkway. So who's...
So you want to do the scan first? You said?
Yes, if there's time.
Well, you can decide if you think there's time or not.
Can I see the slow vampires already coming?
They're just starting to cross the bridge, yes.
And how quick are they? Are they
They are
gonna be there
going.
once?
They are going hastily, but they're not that quick.
I'll just try. I'll try scan it.
Okay. You take some readings.
Is there a roll? Science with reason or something? Engineering?
Given that you're doing this under time pressure, I'm going to set the difficulty to 1. It is going to be science plus reason. Difficulty 1 and complication range 1.
Okay. Archaeology focus? I don't know.
Yes, sure. Go
Great.
ahead.
How much momentum do we have?
I think we've got 3, haven't we? Yes, 3.
Right, that's fine. I'll just roll. That is 1 success.
Okay, all you needed. Get some readings.
Great.
Don't have time to
Analyze.
look them over yet.
Yeah.
So now what do you want to do? They're now about a third or so along the walkway.
Are they blocking the entire walkway or?
The walkway is only about 2 meters wide, so yes.
You may want to request being beamed out at this point.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. So how many basins are there? So one on that side and one on the other side?
Yes.
Okay. Hmm.
Do you want to see how?
There's no way. There's
wanna
no way to get back up if you're in there.
The sides are pretty much at a right angle to the floor, a 90-degree angle, made of stone. No, not really.
Right.
How deep are they again?
About 5 or so meters.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, they are pretty dangerous. That's right. But so far they've only seemingly interacted with people who are already wearing EV suits, and 2 of them were pretty much thrown into, knocked into
Could I actually?
the pit.
Yeah. Could I actually be beamed onto the ship and then back down, but behind the vampires?
If you wanted to, I guess. But if you want to do it,
The one who scans wants to stay in
Mhm.
this situation.
Yeah, I mean, this is It is interesting, and if I can help, I want to. So yes, that is the plan.
yeah, he'd beam them back to the ship. To be honest, I don't even know why anyone is there. Well, they are there because the Tetrion thing was guiding them there, so they wanted to investigate what was going on with that. So, oh wait, isn't he in the? Hold on, haven't I? Oh, I guess I haven't put him in roll 20 yet. Anyway, that's fine. So, what do you want to do? You want to beam up?
That's the plan. So, I tell Pathos to transport me to the ship and then back down. But can they, like, how precise can they yeah, like, it worked. So, to beam me back to, when I'm on the ship, beam back to the actual main chamber where the vampires.
Yes, but it's going to be a roll.
Okay, sure.
Because it's
So
a
who's
stressful
rolling,
situation.
actually?
This is going to be the...
Or you could just have yourself beamed down, like, right outside where we were first beamed down.
So...
Probably safer.
Outside the building. Outside the building, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Because then you know that there's a bunch of security between you and any danger.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Then yes, sure.
Okay, so... the conceited and unmotivated transporter operator is going to beam you up to the ship. Do you request to be, say, beamed up? So, let's see. That is a 15. Let's see what difficulty. So it's from a non-transporter pad location to a transporter pad. That's 1. It's close range, so it would just be difficulty 1. Yeah, almost like he's based on someone. Okay, so it is going to be difficulty 1. Any dice? No dice? For the NPC? Well, I say NPC. More like a supporting character, really.
Is this whether this works at all or not, or is it just how quickly is this work?
Who knows?
Depends on if you roll a complication.
I'd say no dice then, if it's just 1 success needed.
Okay, let's see. So this is 15 we need. Okay, that's
Right.
2 successes. So I've generated a momentum. And the ship actually assists as well. So let's see. Dodd, would you like to roll for the ship?
Sure.
Engineering
What do
plus
we roll?
sensors. Engineering plus sensors.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you wanted to beam down to the planet of salt-sucking monsters. Oh, but now you want to beam back? Look, I can't just be beaming everyone here and there all willy-nilly.
No, I know, but there's an emergency.
1. Okay. So you've generated another momentum. Great. Up to 5. So...
Don't worry, we're doing more beaming in a minute.
He will never have to go on away missions. So, you dematerialize just as they're getting close to you, just as they're about to reach you, vanish. You materialize back on the transporter pad on the Pathos. There is a mostly Andorian looking man there wearing red.
Right.
He gives a little nod.
Yes, I nod back.
So, okay, you're not back. What now?
I would have informed you of the plan beforehand, so I'm expecting.
And you didn't say that. You said you wanted to get.
I said that was the plan.
Well, you said you wanted to get beamed back up. And then when I said, okay, you contact the Pathos, saying
Alright,
beam me
sure.
up.
Okay, then yes. Okay. Right. Hello. Could you beam back down to in front of that building? It was an emergency situation. I had to get out of the situation, but there was salt vampires down there. Could you do that?
Okay. So the infamous Trekker, how do you think the character would respond to that? And I'm going to let, while you respond to that,
It's quite a tense situation.
let's quickly go back to Shiun. So the salt vampires just go up the stairs, past the, admittedly, probably a little bit nervous, I would guess. What was her name? Sorry.
Evelyn?
Evelyn, yes. For some reason I thought Emily, but no, it's Evelyn, yes. So...
Twossock. It's not, no, this Yarlik Wisdom. This is not my main character.
Yes. So,
Wow.
what do you think she would want to do? And what would Nero want to do?
Well, Nero would just go, well, that went well.
Do you need a hand or a transport?
Who are you asking?
Nero.
Mhm.
No. Wait. Wait. Wow. I'm getting
Um,
everything mixed around. Everyone is everyone.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so you've got you with Nero beside you. You've got Evelyn at the base of the stairs, you can see. And you've got Ken, who's run up to try to get the doctor.
Yes.
So now the salt vampires have just kind of walked up the stairs past
Okay,
Evelyn.
So Shiun would probably
Yeah, it is a bit of a distracting situation, I will admit.
yeah.
Oh, time for a commercial break. I'm getting confused.
Shall we go and see if there were rats?
Sorry. Maybe a little map would help. Do you need a map? I can quickly draw you one if you want.
no. My brain's just a little fuzzy.
That's okay.
We
So,
So they haven't called for assistance from anyone in this room.
no.
And
You may have heard a distant scream, though.
true. Then yeah, we'd go check on it.
So you follow the salt vampires.
From a
Basically.
slight distance.
Yes, a slight distance, like maybe half a foot.
No. No. Give them plenty of time.
Okay, yes.
To
So yeah,
go.
you follow them up. Is this is just ridiculous.
Do we have to follow
Is
her?
Evelyn going to follow up as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anyone being left in this chamber?
Probably some couple of the security that were
Okay.
brought down.
Twossock and Gwissom, the detective duo nobody wants.
Aw.
Oh, I think it'd be fun. Anyway, so follow up. As you get to the top,
Oh man.
the first thing you notice is light coming out from one of the pits. You look in, you can see you've got Ken and the doctor in there in the EV suits. It looks like you're not sure if one of them might have a broken leg. You're not quite sure. They're just laying in there, moaning. You're maybe not. You don't know. You look over.
Heavy, get off.
You can see at in the distance over the walkway on the other side. Doors open. Chamber in there. Dark bluish glow. And yes, a Star Trek Grissom totally survived its first and only appearance. And in that room, you can see the salt vampire is just running towards into that room.
Oh, they're running now.
Yes, they were running before, but they aren't that fast. So what do you want to do?
Oh, don't tell me we're following them.
I think she would check on Ken. See if they can retrieve him or if he needs to be transported along with Hastings.
They pretty much need to be beamed. Out.
Okay. Then Shiun would call for that beaming out.
Okay, time for another roll. Any dice for this one? Any dice for this one? It's 15.
Going once.
And actually,
yeah.
so the response is, sure, I can do that, science officer. That's all I'm here for after all. Mess with the console, and then before that as well, beaming switchy up and down, yes. I've already read that other stuff, don't worry. Okay, so, first roll. This is also going to be difficulty 1, to beam Grissom back down. Any dice?
Goddamn.
Going once, going twice.
Going dice.
No dice added, okay.
Okay.
Remember the ship assists anyway. 1 success.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I'll just roll for the ship this time. Okay, that's fine. So you get beamed back down. You rematerialize. Where did you say you wanted to rematerialize?
Right outside the building.
Okay, beam down right outside the building. Puts down the Endor nail. I can do this. If I successfully beam the captain up, maybe I'll get a transfer. Well, you say that, but I think that if you do beam that captain up, you're going to be in a bit of trouble. So...
the last time Neil was on a mission like this, he screwed up.
So, again, a difficulty... Well, actually, difficulty 1, yeah. Another difficulty 1, beam the other 2 out. Yeah, or whoever asked. Yes, exactly. So, that would be Ken and Dr. Hastings. So, any dice this time? Going once?
We're at 5, right?
We are at 5, yes.
Alright.
Yeah, then give it 1, because they're injured. Just
Sure.
make sure they get out of there all right.
Okay,
Sure.
there we go. Rolling 1d20. No.
Well,
Okay, that's 2 successes.
Alright.
So, generated 1 momentum. Ship rolls. Okay, 2 momentum.
nice.
Congratulations.
So we're at full.
Yes.
Well, damn, that was lucky.
So, the 2 of you dematerialize. You rematerialize on the transporter pad. Nurses come take care of you. Dr. Hastings,
off me, yes,
as Dr. Hastings is being pulled up and it's you. Yeah. And then as they're getting the EV suits off, she seems to be in a bit of shock, and she's just muttering something about my readings. No, my readings. I have to get my readings. As they're carrying you off to sick bay. Now back down. So the salt vampires send the doctor to the brig. Well, okay, I will send you back. As you feel. No. Okay.
Maybe shoot you.
You can see the salt vampires running into the room. It's a bit too far away for your torch to really go that far. There's only faint blue light. They seem to be doing something in the room, but you can't really tell what it is. You'd have to get closer onto the platform, onto the walkway.
Oh no, we're gonna follow them, aren't we?
I would like to keep a respectful distance from the door.
Yes. I mean, going about maybe 2/3 of the way along the platform should be good enough for you to see what's going on. So yes. The transporter pad just becomes a constant light show with people beaming up and down constantly. Yes, which might also cause a little bit of wear and tear. So, right, you get closer. You can see you remember I said you can see the room, you can see the raised up platform in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And they appear to be on their knees in front of it.
Well,
are you sure about the drunker part? Time to rotate to another transporter room. So yes.
So where am I thrown?
You're outside.
Okay.
Outside.
Sure.
Alright, as drunk. Yes, there we go. So, the closest thing that this reminds you of is prayer, maybe? So what do you want to do?
I'd like to contact our comms officer and see if we know anything about the language they speak. If there's anything in the records on
Okay.
them.
Right, have I gotten better in this time?
It's Nosferatu. This is not so...
No, Nosferatu.
Full Saltu. Saltu. Nosfur Saltu. Yes. Good joke. Anyway, so in terms of being better, you are well enough to be at your post, but you do feel dizzy. You should. You have been cleared to go back to your thing at the bridge, but they recommend that you rest.
Okay, I'll rest then. I'll just stay here until I'm all right again.
Okay, so
Let someone else deal with it.
Also highly intelligent, capable of carrying on conversations with other intelligent beings, from telepathy and able to them to draw image from the mind of someone near. Yes.
Oh.
So, Buffy the Salt Shaker. Okay, let's see if the computer database has anything on them. So, this is going to be a role. Okay. I would say that this is going to be the main role of the ship, and then an NPC can assist. So this is going to be computers plus, I would say, science. And right, so tell me what, since you wanted to know, Dodd, how about you roll?
What am I rolling?
This is going to be the ship. It's going to be 2 dice. It is going to be computers plus science. One moment, I need to... Okay, well, good night, VGR then. Right, and this is going to be, since there is very little known about this, I'm going to set the difficulty to this to 3. Oh, this is 3 again.
Yes, indeed. Good night. Bye.
Ship is rolling 2 dice.
Yes, there's the
Difficulty
ship's...
3.
Yep, there's the ship's
Or,
main roll,
okay.
and I'm going to have an NPC
and-
assist.
Focus used as usual.
Yes, yes.
Can we buy a die for the ship?
Yes, basically it's just a normal roll, only I'm going to say the
Okay.
ship is the one who's taking the main roll.
Okay.
And we've
Alright.
gotten full momentum.
Yeah. What was the difficulty?
The difficulty is 3.
Do we want to go for 2 dice on this, or do we think 1 is enough?
Well, you do get an NPC assisting, which is the comms officer who's currently on duty, but they are maybe not that good at the role that might be needed.
Yeah. And strictly speaking, the ship will be about as good as that.
So,
It's like an 11, I think.
what do you want to do?
I'm tempted to go for 2.
Yeah, why not?
But
Go for broke.
Going once.
Sure.
Oh, go for broke. So you want to buy 3 dice? But no, you can only if there's an insist, you can't. So go
I
ahead.
know.
Thank you for the purchase. Huh.
5.
Okay, congratulations. So that automatically
Wow.
generates 2 more momentum. So we're up to 5 momentum.
Right.
Well,
And now NPC rolls. Assist 1d20. Nope. So
Huh.
yeah, it is gonna take a little while. Eventually, there is a little bit known about their written language, mainly because of the research done by, hold on, where is it? Done by Robert Carter and Nancy Carter. But there is nothing known about their spoken language. However, as Willis 1961 has said, they do possess limited telepathy. Plus they, so they, even without universal translators, they could probably make some sort of understanding work. There might be someone sitting next to me. Who knows?
I have no idea.
Also, shh, don't tell anyone, but have you noticed that Cango on Discord is muted? Anyway,
Why have
So-
you told people that?
so, right, you get that response. Is it what you want to do? This is going to be a 4-parter, isn't
Right.
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
At least.
I would like to have transporters locked onto us, but I think Shiun would still want to try talking to them,
Okay.
knowing that they can probably understand if they are inclined to try.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the plan?
Grabs him by the hand. This is the plan. Runs forward. But no.
We try to smooth over relations, and if they are not interested, we beam out immediately.
That didn't go exactly well as the first time.
It is a necessary risk.
Okay.
Beam who into a pit?
Okay.
Vampires.
Ladies first.
The captain. Ladies
Just beam
first?
off- Just
Okay.
beam all of the vampires into the water.
There's no more
we
water.
wait for them to
Yeah,
be
the
done
place
with
then.
whatever ritual they're doing
They...
in their pillar room.
Okay, spend some time. They do not appear to be getting anywhere close to being done. They just continue and continue and continue.
Has Gwissom returned?
Good question. What's Gwissom doing?
As soon as I materialize down there, would be heading back into the building.
Okay. So, yes. Little bit of security meet you. Do you want to head up the stairs?
Yes.
Okay, yes, Gwissom returns.
Right, I'm back. What happened while I was gone?
They have entered the room and seem to have no interest in leaving. Could you scan to see if something is happening we cannot perceive?
I see. Sure thing. Get my tricorder and start scanning. Yes. Science for the reason, I'm guessing. Keep opening Doviah sheet.
Okay, so you want to scan?
Yes.
Yep, science plus reason. I'm just going to set the
Sure.
difficulty to 1.
Great. Anthropology? Nah.
Depends what you wanna find out with your scan.
Just generally, if anything's going on.
If anything's happening in the room on a scientific level,
Yeah.
okay, go ahead.
No focus then. Okay, communication range 1. Yeah, that's sure.
Go ahead.
That's too nice. Fine. 2 success.
2. Okay, gain full momentum up to max.
Great.
Well, scanning. It looks like through their prayer or whatever it is. Aren't they always? Well, who knows? Okay. Let's see how do you want to phrase this? You are detecting low levels of electricity in the room that you didn't do before, but from this far away you can't tell what exactly it is.
That's strange, Captain. It appears I'm picking up some low levels of electricity within the room. It wasn't there before they went in and I scanned it. Not sure what it is though.
You mean I'd sooner have a Nausicaan watching my back? Is that a reference to Picard getting stabbed in the back by a Nausicaan? Anyway, yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's fine. So I say that to the captain.
Does there seem to be any radioactivity?
I couldn't detect any at the moment. Maybe if I would.
Maybe if you enter the room.
Yes. If I went closer, I might pick up some more things.
Approach slowly. Zerad Hall. Accompany him.
Okay. So,
Right.
I mean...
Don't enter the room.
Okay. So, we've actually pretty much reached our time limit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we'll
And-
find out what happens with that
I mean,
next time.
if we're gonna... I mean, if we were very close to the end, I'd say I would suggest going over, but
This might take a while.
we're gonna need to have a 4th part anyway.
Yeah.
So, might as well call it here.
Yeah.
Okay. So, episode 1 was all about getting to the planet, discovering that it was broken into. Episode 2 was the thing with the sphere, the crystal, figuring that out, placing it in, getting to that point. Episode 3, well, part 3, was all about what's happening inside this temple, and episode 4 will be the resolution, probably. Yes, the one in the man trap was literally dying from starvation, yes. You're going on break, good, good.
Mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
And these ones did have quite high salt concentration in the body, plus the water also contained salt, and so they didn't even grab the salt bricks in front of them. Right.
Now, whoa.
They did try to suck a little bit of salt from the passersby
Yes.
on their way.
On their way.
Yeah.
I mean, but that just might be grabbing a little snack or something. I mean, if you're literally there, I mean, it's just literally just grab out. It's just... Good
Wow.
thing you didn't have to give up your EV suits.
Yeah.
Damn, lucky for the decision on me, isn't it?
Impulse buy. Yes, just want a quick taste. Anyway.
Also, will
Yes.
we remember the
What?
What?
question?
The reputation?
The reputation, yeah, we'll do it after
After the
the
episode.
after the end, after the last part.
If that's what you meant. What do you mean?
Hmm?
Remember the doctor's research?
Ah,
Alright.
that's a good question. Well, -6 reputation. That would be interesting. Why is he still in Starfleet, by the way?
Because he's a hero, we all know it.
He's talking about Quithran,
Who knows?
the transporter operator. Anyway, so
Luck?
now, basically that's it. So, thank you all very much for watching. This stream will be archived on YouTube. And join us next time for what will probably be the conclusion of Star Trek Pathos Season 1, Episode 6.
Probably.
He's an indentured transport operator just serving out his time. Transport.
Yeah, because you really want someone like that serving as a transporter operator, yes.
Well, I
But yes,
think that's
you're right, the
the
archer.
cast's rotation.
So yeah, anybody have any comments, anything they want to say at the end before I end the stream?
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay.
It
then.
was fun. It was fun. Looking forward to the next part.
Great.
Next time. Yes.
Okay. Bye everybody. Bye.
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 I wonder if Room's bath is still here.
This is also going to be in the running gag now.
There we go.
There they are.
Bye, Room's bath.
Bye. Maybe there are more
Bye.
of these type
Hello.
chambers scattered around the planet with more survivors.
There could be. Could be.
Who knows?
So
really?
yeah. Anyway.
We'll
yes.
see.
Bye bye for the third or fourth time. Bye.
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 Hello?